there are different ways of searching for the truth. What separates one way from another? Apart from the specific instructions given to you by your teacher or the knowledge that you have acquired from somewhere, your own tendencies, your own likes and dislikes, your own personal preferences play a big role in the path you choose. While on the outside, you may appear to be one coherent, single individual, on the inside, you don't even know who you are. You don't even know how much of you is the mind, how much of you is the body, and how much of you is you. Because these three things have no relationship with each other. They live in their own worlds. The body is interested in the most basic of needs. The body is not interested in philosophy. It is not interested in meditation. It is not interested in enlightenment. Body wants to eat. It wants to reproduce. It wants to be comfortable. That's it. Anything more than this, the body is not interested. Your mind is not interested in the body. It is interested in dreaming. It wants to live in a fantasy world. It hates reality. Leave it alone somewhere where there are endless things to dream about, it'll just be there. Something has to pull the mind back to remind it that there is a body. Otherwise, it'll just keep on drifting. And then there is yourself, which is least bit bothered about your mind and body because it does not even know that they exist. The pure self is so pure, so transcendental that it does not even recognize the disturbance that is the mind and body. Now, who is searching for truth? When you inquire into the nature of reality, which part of you is inquiring? Is it your mind? Is it your body? Is it your pure self? This is where the whole philosophical understanding of what spirituality is, what an individual is, becomes so important. And in the world of spiritual philosophy, no other system of inquiry has reached the pinnacle of Advaita. Advaita, or the non-duality, the end of duality. Vedanta is end of all knowledge. Veda is the collection of all the wisdom of the world, spiritual wisdom. And Anta is end. Vedanta literally means stop searching in words, start moving towards experience. When you're clinging to words end, your search begins. The philosophy starts by negating philosophy. The philosophy starts by saying you will not find your answer in words. Now you can imagine how spectacular a philosophy this must be to recognize that the answer to the questions of life cannot be found in philosophy, but at the same time, if you don't philosophize, if you don't understand, if you don't separate between the truth and lies, you will never get to the truth. Advaita Vedanta is that pinnacle of human achievement where we have understood fully that words are just the rafts we use to cross the ocean of birth and death. You cannot do it without words. If you completely mistrust words, if you don't want to go deep into the philosophical discussion of what life is, what death is, you will just be stuck on this side. The waters are too turbulent. The raft is tiny. Just few words. You will not find the courage to step on that raft. You will just cling to the shore. But if you step on that raft and you make that raft your home, you forget going to the other shore. You keep on drifting in the endless ocean of life. You keep coming back again and again. Birth and death, birth and death. What Buddha called samsara, or the cycle of birth and death. Advaita is the recognition of the duality of life. Everything in life is relative. We are living in a relative existence. What you can see, what you can perceive, can never be the absolute because it is the object. What you're searching for is the subject. You are searching for the searcher. You're looking for the seeker. You are wanting to become that purest part of you that sits behind the body, behind the mind, behind your senses. Because all these can be observed. You can see your mind, you can see your thoughts, so it is not you. You can see your body, so you are not your body. You can see your senses, you're not your senses. You can see the world, you're not the world. Just the understanding that what I can see has to be outside. There has to be some distance, some gap between me and what I am perceiving. Otherwise, how can I see it? Some things are close. Some things are very, very close, like my own thoughts. You can live your whole life without ever pausing to actually watch your thoughts. Like the way animals live, they simply act on thoughts. They don't pause and watch their thoughts. What separates a human being from an animal? We can watch our thoughts. Animals are instinctively driven to act on thoughts. There's nothing qualitatively different between humans and animals. Most human beings also live like animals, just instinctively reacting on thoughts, never elevating themselves above the instinctual level. But there are individuals who have learned to see thoughts as something other than themselves. Even for you to recognize yourself as an intelligent human being, as an emotional human being, as someone who can act not just on impulse, but on the higher faculties of the mind and body, you should have seen some separation between you and your mind. Now, if there's that much separation, you can be certain that you're not your mind. So what you're searching for is the absolute, the immovable, the unchanging, the mirror that is reflecting everything. But the problem is, every time you stand in front of the mirror, you forget the mirror, you are just only looking at the reflections. Because this mirror does not have any edges. When you see something, you are just seeing something. You're not seeing the mirror at all. We see people, we see life, but we never see that mirror that is reflecting everything. we only see the images. Advaita is to end this delusion. It is a philosophy to move away from the duality of life towards the absolute. Advaita Vedanta is ending all knowledge which is a part of this duality. There's only one knowledge that is separate from the duality of life, that is your own direct experience of truth.